Hey Mixers, welcome back to another WNBA player props video. I am filming this video before the Tuesday games have been played. They're actually about to tip off here. Obviously we can't recap those plays, so we will have to do that for the Thursday games in the Wednesday video. But let's jump into today. Okay, so we have just a two-game slate here today. We just saw the Liberty come into the Mercury and beat them. Now the Mercury are heading to New York. The Mercury are 3-2 straight up, so they still lead the series, although they did just lose that last one in the playoffs. So that's the one that matters. But the totals in New York have been 170 and 165. The total in this game is 159.5. So I'll lean over on that one. And then the spreads in New York have been 8 and 13. One of those was won by the Liberty. One of those was won by... No, wait. The Mercury have not won in New York because the Liberty just got their first win. Yeah, so the Mercury have won one time in New York. So that one of those was New York, a Mercury win, and one of those was a Liberty win. So the spread in this game is only 2.5. So basically, what they're telling me, what that line is telling me, is that whoever wins this game is also going to cover. So I'm taking the Mercury on the money line. We're getting a juicy 125. I think that's a very generous payout for just a 2.5 line. I think that payout should probably only be like 115 plus 115 or something like that. But this is, I think, closer to a pick'em than we are normally supposed to get. So, they're getting some home field advantage here, the Liberty are. But Breanna Stewart may or may not play in this game, and I think that makes a big difference. I don't think that the Mercury are a first-round exit team. In fact, I don't even think they're going to lose this series necessarily. I don't know who's going to win the series, but I think the Mercury are live to win it. So that means they can't be a first-round exit. That means they can't lose this game. So I am leaning towards them. On the other slate, the Lynx at the Valkyries, I do think the Valkyries obviously cannot stack up against the Lynx. The Lynx are 5-0 straight up. I am going to lean over on the 151.5 because the Valkyries are playing for their lives here. The spreads or the totals in Minnesota, in California, have been 161 and 150, so pretty low. And the Valkyries have played a lower total at home in general, but this is the playoffs, and they're fighting for their lives. They're going to be pushing really hard to win this one. I don't think they can do it. I think they'll be chasing hard at the end of the game to try to cover. Well, they're going to try to win the game, but I think that could provide them with a backdoor cover. But I'm just going to say the Lynx are just too good for them. They keep the starters out there, and the Valkyries lose and don't cover. All right, I did not make any of those bets, so those are just leans. My one best bet in this game, I don't like a lot that's in these games here. My one best bet is Alyssa Thomas over 14.5 points. She's over 40% of the time in away games only, but she's over 100% of the time in head-to-head away games with the Liberty. She had 18 and 20. Both of those games had Stewie playing. This game might not. I just think Kalia Copper and Satu Sabli did not play well enough. I think Alyssa is going to put the team on her back for this one, and that is how they squeak out a victory here in New York. So give me Alyssa Thomas over 14.5 points. And then an alt line here, Nafisa Collier over 17.5 points. This is a goblin. She's gone over this 100% of the time against the Valkyries. I like her normal points line at 20.5. They're giving us a bit of a discount there. But I mean, if it does end up being a blowout, she may not play in the last quarter, like how she did just barely against them. So I'll take the lower line for now. I know this is only two bets basically. Sorry guys, that's all I have for you. But I do have some players to watch. I'm okay with Sabrina assists if Stewie plays. If Stewie does not play, we saw Sabrina's assists go from hitting like 60-70% of the time to hitting like 20% of the time. So most of Sabrina's assists are to Stewie. So if Stewie is not going to play, Sabrina might shoot more, and her assists are going to crash. So I want to watch that to see if Stewie is ruled in last minute. And then obviously Tiffany Hayes. So if she is ruled in last minute, I want to have something on her. You could look at Veronica Burton's assists or Tiffany Hayes for her points, rebounds, or assists. I think all of those are live. Obviously, we don't know what the lines are going to be yet. But that will probably be a last-minute thing tomorrow. So sorry for the quick video, guys. Hopefully you enjoy tonight's games. Hopefully you enjoy tomorrow's games. And then we have a couple more slates in a row. So we will get after it again tomorrow. Thanks.